Huzzah! What's going on, everyone? It is StormtheBard here with a new top 5 reasons to play. It's been a while since we've done one of these, so I wanted to jump in and tell you guys about an amazing game that we played here on stream called Kingdom Come Deliverance. This is on the PS4, the PC, and the Xbox. What you're looking at here is footage from the regular PS4, not PS4 Pro, just normal PS4. I want to just put that out there and stuff. And this is my kind of review, or my top 5 reasons. As you guys and gals know, I do these for games I'm very passionate with. And this was a game I actually have a little surprise at the end to show. But for now, let's get into the top 5 reasons. We're going to start right off the bat with the environments. They were absolutely stunning. From riding up on like a major hillside to looking out, just absolutely gorgeous. As you can see here, just the trees, the sun coming through. When the sun was setting, it just looked absolutely amazing. The flowers all over. When the rain kicks in, all the villages you can see from afar. It's so beautiful of a game. Now again, this is just a regular PS4, so if you're on like a PC with a really high-end system, you're probably getting like the best you can get out of it for graphic-wise. So it's got to look absolutely amazing. I heard the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X is looking stunning. But even here on the normal PS4, it looks good. And don't mind, it is a little dark, I'm noticing. I think that's just from my recording equipment and stuff, but I got to find out what's going on with that. But beyond that, it's not as dark per se. So it's just a little bit of a brightness thing. But beyond that, you should be able to see some of the most details in here as it is. And I think the sun was getting close to setting at this point. Semi. But the shadows make beautiful effects. It's just a very beautiful game overall. The amount of times I would literally just stop to take like a photo in the game, or just stop to just like look at everything. It just was absolutely incredibly gorgeous. So that is definitely my top, my number 1 first off. Well, as you all know, my 1 through 5s are never in any specific order, just my top 5 reasons. But that is definitely my, that is definitely one of my reasons right there for number 1. Number 2, we're going into history. Now, they did an incredible job. Warhorse Studios is an absolute amazing developers as they went through, and this is actually based in Bohemia. They have gone to found the actual history on this, went to the towns, talked to historians, and literally recreated this magnificent game in terms of just the way everything looks, from the inside of buildings to the outskirts, the buildings themselves, what the castles looked like back then, to everything that goes on. You see here coming up actually pretty soon, I think we'll get into it here in a moment. We're going to enter one of the church. Yeah, we're heading up to the church right now. Once we enter the church and you take a look at it, like the hand-painted art and everything just looked absolutely incredible. It's just a beautiful, beautiful recreation of Bohemia in that time. It makes you really feel like you get very immersive, especially with the people and stuff too. Like when it rains, people will come running inside the buildings and whatnot. When everyone's kind of doing their daily things, everyone sleeps, everyone gets up, they do their work, they go outside, they pass through the fields, whatever they do and stuff. They go to the shops. The guards are always on duty. They tell you make sure you have a torch out. Yeah, so here you can see inside here the church just looks absolutely amazing. A beautiful hand art drawn, all these wonderful recreations of what the church looked like back then. Just absolutely amazing, gorgeous, great attention to detail in this game. So that is my number 2, the history. And this is all actually based on real-world events, too, that happened in Bohemia in that time. So that's very cool, too, and a lot of stuff you can learn through the codex that is in this game, that you can read and learn about just all the different functions, from anything from the bathhouses to how the shops ran to how the feudal system was and stuff. So very, very cool. Alright, number 3 I want to get into, of course, what a lot of people want to know about. How is the combat? The combat is a lot of fun. There's a lot of one-on-one battles. There's some actual full-on battles and stuff through the storyline. As you can see here, we have a full-on battle going on right now with everybody from... I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm not going to say who's who and whatnot. But as you can see here, The combat's very cool. It's got kind of a Skyrim-ish kind of combat, I guess you could say, you know, first-person perspective and everything. But it is pretty amazing when it comes down to it. Not to mention, one of the things I really love, and we're going to get into that, is as you do combat, like when you first start, you can't even basically like handle a sword, and then later on, you get really good where you can just basically chop guys down in like, you know, 1 or 2 shots and whatnot. And it's very cool in that regards. And as you can see here, just even having like multiple people on the battlefield just makes it that much more interesting. This is not a multiplayer game, by the way. This is a single-player game, so everyone here is full AI. And I really, really enjoyed myself in the combat. It was a lot of fun to learn, a lot of fun to pick up, and once you get into it, I mean, you could be like just a master swordsman or you know, whatever weapon of your choice and such, which was fantastic. Alright, number 4, we're going into skills. Now, this is something I really, really like. So, in RPG games, especially games like, I think it was like back like in almost like Morrowind and Oblivion, they had a system where, and even Skyrim, they have a system where the more you do something, the more you become better at it. Well, the one thing that I really, really enjoyed about this game was, like, right in the beginning, like I said, you couldn't even, like, swing a sword, you can't even shoot, like, when you first shoot an arrow, like, the way my hands are going, that's pretty much the way Henry's going with his bow for the first time. And then the more you do stuff, the more you keep practicing with things, the more you go and you see the trainer and you keep training with swords, or you go out and you fight bandits and things like that, you get better at it. And you can feel the progress, and you can see the progress as you play. And you can get to the point where pretty much you can just dominate full-on knights in armor and whatnot, which is amazing. Or you can just hold the bow and become almost like a sniper. It's just absolutely incredible the way they do it. And the nice thing about this game too is, if you don't want to do combat, you don't have to. You can play the entire game without killing anybody, in terms of, except for one key character in the storyline, but that's it. But beyond that, you can play the entire game by just talking to people and being kind of like a bard, and you know, kind of working your way through your words, and you know, bypassing fights and such. So very, very cool. Now, another feature I really liked about this, which was something different. A lot of RPGs, you have a fast travel methods, and normally it just, you know, it loads the game and it takes you from one point to the next point. What I liked about this game was really cool was the fast travel. You couldn't do that. It doesn't just teleport you. What it does is it actually has kind of a more realistic approach to fast traveling, where, as you can see here, you have almost like this little mini board and this little mini character on the board, and it goes to the map. And what can end up happening is you can run into you'll run into like wayfarers, you run into bandits. Things can happen while you're on the road, while you're fast traveling from, say, one city to the next. And the map is pretty big. Of course, I always loved being on a horse and stuff, but there was a lot of times that I wanted to fast travel to get to one place and stuff and just kind of let it do its thing. And you could bypass some of those encounters you get to and such. But this was a really cool idea, because, like, unlike Skyrim, when you fast travel, say, from, like, you know, from one area to the next, you're just basically clicking, and all of a sudden it just loads up the screen, and then boom, you're there. In this case, you actually have to, like, take your horse and go through, or walk, or whatever the case may be, and go through the area, and the time will go down and show you that, you know, as you're going, the day is passing and it's going into night, or it's going into the day. And again, you can run into encounters from anything from, like, a merchant to even a knight that wants to challenge you to a duel and stuff like that. So amazing idea on this end. I really got to give it off to Warhorse Studios. They did a fantastic job at this game. I played this game on stream for 2 months, and there was a reason behind it that I'm going to show right here, which was this. Platinumed it on the PS4. It took 2 months to get this bad boy done. And it was a crazy time, but it was well worth it. An amazing game, amazing experience, and this is one of the reasons that this game is in top 5. I just apologize. It's been been a while since I can put it in here and such. I've just, like I said, with this past video I have, it's just the summertime. Always I go into like hibernation and whatnot, but I'll be kind of churning these out fast and furious again if I can. And yeah, so if you get a chance, you get to check this out. Whether you're on PC, whether you're on Xbox, when you're on PS4, definitely take a look at Kingdom Come Deliverance. It is an amazing game. The studio is amazing. The guys over there, I want to give a big shout out to Rick, community manager over there. Him and I have just become really good friends. We've had a lot to talk about from the day of meeting at PAX till basically beyond. He's been in the stream a bunch of times. Fantastic guy. If you ever get a chance to meet him, definitely shake his hand. He's a really nice guy. And beyond that, that's it. That's my top 5 reasons for Kingdom Come Deliverance. Definitely check it out. A fantastic RPG. One of the things I actually didn't talk about was that this RPG is much different from, say, Skyrim or the others because it's more historical based. Now, I'm not a big fan when it comes to historical based RPGs, but I tell you, as soon as I sat down with this game at PAX, just the feeling that realism and feeling that immersion made me jump into it. And again, I spent 2 months working on that damn platinum all on stream, and it was a thing, to say the least, but it was well worth it. And that's how much it really brought me in, from someone who is more into fantasy and dragons and undead and things like that. And there's some really cool side quests that actually have some supernatural elements to them and things like that, which I love. I did that back with Red Dead Redemption with the whole stranger thing and stuff like that. And they have some really cool like little side quests that have that kind of like talking about the devil and things like that and such. And it's really cool. I like what they did with that. So without a doubt, check it out. Alright, guys and gals, that is my top 5 reasons to play Kingdom Come Deliverance. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and leave a comment if you've played it already and what you thought of it and what was kind of your favorite parts, without trying to spoil it for anybody who's maybe just coming in new. Or beyond that, just come find us on the stream and we can talk about it there. Have a great one, and as always, huzzah!